What's up, YouTube? This is Ish. If you're familiar with my channel, I do a lot of reel reviews. If you're new to my channel, especially because of that crabbing in the ocean channel, thanks for subbing. I do a lot of reel reviews, so as Scar said, be prepared for a lot of reel content in the near future. A lot of fishing tackle reviews, stuff like that. I got a lot of gear, like a lot of you, and I like kind of chatting about it. And if you're just here for fishing videos, sorry, I do a lot of real stuff too. So enough about me and enough about the background of what I'm about. What I'm going to be doing is doing a live unboxing of a spinning reel I just bought. So I typically don't buy spinning gear. A lot of it finds its way to me for free. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll notice that I do get a lot of stuff from China, which is pretty cool because I do get offers a lot for free gears, and in the exchange for basically a long form review. And I totally do it because one, it's gear that's out there, and I think people should get kind of a real experience. And two, I like playing around with gear. I also get a lot of loaners just to play around with, gear that people want to see featured. I mean, for example, this is a Pen Slammer 35500. This is like a $300 spinning reel, maybe $200 nowadays. Just a big badass reel, right? Not mine, loaned from Mikey's Tackle Box. You guys might know him. So, I get kind of the low end stuff and I get the high end stuff. I get stuff that's like $20 and I get stuff that's like $1,100. So I kind of run the gamut here. My go-to surf perch reel is the Pen Fierce 2, right? So I've had this 3000 for a while, and I really dig it. It's a little on the heavy side, and I think I got it for like $40, something like that, brand new on eBay. The nice thing about these Fierces is that they're just a step below the Battle 2s. They don't have sealed bearings; they're shielded, and they have a felt washer or drag system. So that can be upgraded with Carbon Tex washer discs at pretty cheap cost. I think like $15, something like that. But really, I mean, for a casual angler kind of like myself, you get kind of the Battle 2 performance if you keep it from getting sprayed or dunked. So definitely, protect your gear. So anyways, I've been eyeballing this one kind of new lineup of reels that's come out from a recent, big time manufacturer. And, I saw a great opportunity to buy one brand new, a new in box on eBay, and I jumped on it. So I don't know if you know where I'm leading to, but here it is. It's in the box right here. I've never seen a live unboxing on YouTube before, so maybe I'll be the first one to do it. I've actually had this sitting on my workbench for like 5 days, so I've been waiting to unbox it live. So sorry if the light is terrible. Let me actually turn on another light here. This is the bench that I do all my product reviews at, so forgive me if things aren't, kind of pointed properly, and I'm like banging around on my tripod here. Okay, the reel unboxing. So again, I'm replacing the Pen Fierce 3000 for now with this new spinning reel. It's one of like the first reels that I bought in brand new in a long time because I have so much gear, and really I don't cycle through it as fast as some of you hardcore guys. But I mean, I was really excited to get my hands on this reel, and I mean, it goes to show how much I wanted this thing. So, any guesses to what it is? And no, it's not a BG. It's not a BG. Can anyone tell what manufacturer this is right here by the color of this box? Anybody know? No? Any guesses? No? 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 It's not a Pen. Might be a Shimano. Does that help? Does that help? Eh? Eh? Oh yeah, I remember those Cardinals. Yeah, those Cardinals are like bulletproof. Boom. It's a new Daiwa Fuego LT 2500D-XH. Okay, so Daiwa came out with a new line of LT reels. LT stands for light tough, right? So you get the LT kind of moniker in the lower end Legalis, the Fuego, the one after the Fuego, I forget the one, and then the Ballistic. So basically, Daiwa is like saying, okay, we need to up our game. Shimano's kind of, killed it with the CI4 Plus, so we need to basically redo our light inshore lineup and give you guys something that's gonna kick ass. So I think, from everything I've seen, from online reviews and talking to people, the LT Fuego XH should make a really cool life surf perch setup. So, three things brought me here. One, the review on Tackle Advisors channel. If you don't know who Tackle Advisors is, it's basically as close as you're going to get to an Alan Hawk real review channel. Solid reviews. He goes really in depth, granular detail, much deeper than I can ever go or willing to go. And basically, he pointed out that the Fuego lineup for less than $100 is comparable to a lot of the reels at the $100 price point, better than the Nasky. I said one of the main things that really like kind of sparked my interest was the fact that the main gear of the Fuego 2500 is as big as I think he said like the Penn Battle 2's main gear in the 4000 size. So you get this like giant main gear in this tiny reel, and it's like digi-cut and like just super nice, and so it spins like ultra smooth. The second reason why I got this reel is because I got a killer deal on it. It's $100 MSRP. I got it for $70 on eBay. There's a eBay seller that was selling it for like less than $89, and then with the President's Day sale 20% off coupon, I got it for like $71 with free shipping. So basically, I got like a $100 reel for $30 off at the same price as a new in box, Fierce 2 3000. So, the great thing about this reel is that you get some, awesome stuff that, is starting to trickle down from the higher end Daiwas, mag sealing, composite body, blah, blah, blah. This reel only weighs like 6 or 7 ounces. So, I mean, it's like freaking awesome, right? So, I see a comment about the Tsunami reel. I think I have a line on one. I know a lot of people have been asking for me to play with and do a review of the Tsunami Shield. I will do that. But before I do that, I wanted to open this reel and kind of look at it for the first time with you weirdos. Oh, and there it is. Okay, so in the past, I've kind of crapped on MagSeal because it's like a handcuff to Daiwa's service. It's like a handcuff to like Daiwa's service department. Okay, so I've said that, yeah, it's like a $50 or $60 charge every time you send this, any MagSeal reel to Daiwa and get them, to redo the service. Dude, where's the handle? Oh, there's the handle. So, for a $70 reel, am I going to be paying $40, $50 to have the oil changed every year? No. So, again, going back to Tackle Advisors, they do a really good kind of simple walkthrough of how to replace MagSeal oil yourself. And, for as often as this reel will be used, and I'm pretty, anal when it comes to gear. I'm pretty cautious about stuff, and I protect my gear, and I make sure things last and I take care of it. I'm pretty sure this thing's never really going to get trashed, at least in my possession. So I don't expect to really have to do too much maintenance on it. I'm pretty good when it comes to gear maintenance and stuff. Comes with an awesome aluminum fixed handle here. There's no let me see if I can get this in. I'm gonna have to get this in off camera. Hold on. Has an awesome fixed handle, super small. So, the Daiwas, I don't know, in the last 5 years, they've run like super huge. The Daiwa BG's like the 4000 is way bigger than the Penn Battle 2 4000, for example. In the LT lineup, at least what I've heard, these reels have kind of come down to a more realistic sizing standard, if that makes sense. So this 2500 is on par with like a Shimano 2500, maybe not a Shimano 2500, maybe with like a Penn 2500. This is kind of a bigger 2500 than a Shimano 2500, but this is a 2500 reel. Let's compare it to the Fierce 2 3000. Let me grab it. Okay, so here's the Fierce 2 3000, right? And here's the Daiwa Fuego LT 2500 XH. The reason why I got the XH and not the other one I think is like a 5.6 or 5.7 to 1 gear ratio. The XH stands for high speed or extra high speed. So this is a 6.2 to 1 gear ratio, same speed as the Fierce 2. And I like that for surf perch fishing because I'm always casting pretty long. Like, depending on where the trough is that day, I might need to get a lot of distance. And if I do get a lot of distance, when I pull that Carolina rig or high-low rig or whatever I'm pulling through that long cast through that second trough, I need a lot of speed. I don't want to be there all day with like a 5.1 or 4.9 reel, spinning it, a billion times just to get it and, just to get one retrieve. So these 6.2 reels, especially reels this small, these high-speed reels definitely help you kind of, efficiently drag your Carolina rigs and whatever you're presenting to the perch that day through the surf. So, for a high speed mag sealed reel with a composite body, And kind of the latest and greatest like Daiwa tech for $70. I wouldn't have paid $100 for this reel because I mean I already have a decent enough reel for surf perch fishing. But for $70, I was like, sure, why not? Let's give it a shot. It's kind of like the new kind of hot reel on the market. I know that the Fuego LTs sell pretty darn well, maybe even better than the new ballistic LTs. And I wasn't a fan of the original or the second generation ballistics, the EX range. I did a review on that. It was one of the smoothest reels I've ever felt. This one is right up there. Anything with like mag seal, just I was just killing it as far as like how smooth their reels are. The one thing I hated about the ballistic was the fact that the rotor was super wide and the reel arm was super short, and the bail was pretty big. So on my 9-foot, one of my 9-foot perching rods, I'd hold the reel, and every like 5 turns, my knuckle would get wrapped by the bail, just super uncomfortable. I had to be like aware of where my hand was in relation to the reel. So yeah, that didn't last long with me. But this one appears to be nice and compact. I mentioned that the Daiwa LTs have kind of come down in size, I guess. They've come down to where the other reel manufacturers are as far as sizing. And this seems to be pretty compact, especially for a Daiwa 2500. And I really like the form factor. One of the great things about these new LT lines is that they're super light. Maybe too light. I'm not sure how it's going to feel balanced on my my main perching rod, which this is going to go on. That's a 8'6" Lama Gloss X11 medium heavy. And we'll see. I mean, actually, with this Pen Fierce 2 3000, it balanced really well. This is like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 ounces. It's super light. Maybe it says on the box. Let me see. 6.2 to 1 gear ratio. Okay, 7.2 ounces. Man, that's got to be like 2 or 3 ounces lighter than the Fierce. And 22 pounds of drag in this tiny little reel. That's pretty cool. And line retrieve, look at that, 34.5 inches. That's really good. 6.2 to 1. Yeah, so pretty awesome. So really excited. I'm going to string up, I think, 20-pound Power Pro Super 8 Slick. That's like my favorite line. J-Braid's kind of a close second, but I happen to have some Super 8 Slick laying around from another reel I don't use, and I really look forward to using this for surf perching and, maybe even some shaker stripers. Probably won't use it for the big stuff. I do have a Pen Clash 4000, which I really like for the surf. A reel review when I actually put something on this reel. I don't like to do reel reviews unless I catch something on it. Otherwise, it's just an unboxing and me talking about what's on the box. Don't really get a good experience if I can't prove that I actually use it. But I will use this one. Perch fishing is kind of like hot right now in the Bay Area. So if you're in the Bay Area or if you're on the Oregon West Coast, whatever, wherever there's surf perch, they're probably spawning right now. The big ones have kind of come in close to shore. They're super hungry. So I definitely plan on getting some action with this one soon. Yeah, so that's the Daiwa Fuego LT 2500D-XH, my new perching reel. And really look forward to putting it to use. So, hey, if you guys do catch a big fat pregnant female, by the way, consider letting her go. At least letting the babies go. They're the next generation, and blah 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 blah. They let us catch more in the future, so consider letting those go. Okay, so that's the new reel. That's the new reel. That's the new like name brand reel. As I mentioned before in this vid, I do get a lot of like random reels that kind of come to me. Manufacturers kind of have taken notice that I have like 300,000 views as far as reel reviews, which is pretty cool. So I do get a lot of offers for stuff. And I actually got a package sent to me from a manufacturer that like I totally forgot about, or I have no idea who this is. Normally I get an email saying, hey, we sent you this, let us know when you get it. No one sent me an email. I don't know what this is, but it's probably like, I don't know. They have my address. They kind of knew where to send it. They have my name right, so maybe I've done work with them before, but I had no, I had got no heads up. So this is going to be a surprise to you as much as it will be to me, or vice versa. Yeah. So my experience with that Fuego was like a first time kind of impression. Looked really cool. Never seen that reel before in person. So happy to share that with you. So what is this? Oh, I know what this is. Okay, so if you guys saw my Piscifun review for the, what was it, the Stone ST40? Okay, so I did a review for some Piscifun stuff. They sent me, wow, this is pretty cool. Okay, so they sent me the Stone, they sent me the honor. I did some reviews for them, and then they said, hey, by the way, we're working on the latest and greatest kind of saltwater reel in our lineup, and we really want you to have a shot at kind of taking a look at the first one. So this is going to be the new flagship saltwater reel from Piscifun. And honestly, okay, I know a lot of guys kind of roll their eyes when they see, you know, an E-brand kind of come through like this. But the reality is, this company, you know, Cast King and whoever, they push a lot of product on eBay and Amazon. I mean, you know, it's kind of up to you to decide whether or not you're going to spend your money on it. But, you know, I have the privilege of playing with it. And to me, they're kind of like, hey, you know, they're trying hard to push product out there. The market will kind of decide if it's crap or not. And, you know, they keep developing stuff. They keep getting feedback from people. And, you know, they send gear like this to people like me to get their name out there. I have a background in marketing, so I actually, you know, kind of appreciate, you know, when people kind of do whatever it takes to get your name brand out there, whether it be comp YouTube reviews, comp Amazon reviews. You got to be an educated buyer nowadays when it comes to, you know, looking up information before you buy, right? So, you know, I'm just a stranger on the internet with a camera and a YouTube channel. So just because I review something doesn't mean I endorse it, right? I just like to play with stuff. Okay, so I've never seen this reel before, and I doubt that anyone on YouTube's ever seen it before. So this is just something kind of new to play with. Again, oh, this is kind of, dude, this is pretty heavy. Okay, so I said send me the biggest one they have. This is the Spartan, according to the box, 6,000. Here's a picture of it. Kind of looks like a Abu Garcia inshore Revo, or maybe Saltiga, something like that. I don't know, black and blue color scheme. Let's see. All right, check out that. Okay, so go with family. I'm not like, I understand what they're trying to do with that slogan, but I don't know, man. Go with family. I feel like that worked, like, you know, maybe for the first 2 years, but if they want to get serious, they should come up with another one. They're probably never going to send me anything again after saying that, but why do they got to put it right there? Okay, aside from the logo, I mean, this is pretty cool. Okay, so you got a big EVA handle. Knob. It's got like a pretty well built, well balanced blue anodized knob here with like no lateral play. That's really nice. A lot of reels that come from like these Chinese manufacturers, they're super sloppy. This is actually pretty tight. Tight as in like pretty tight tolerances. That's pretty cool. Kind of jiggles though. Maybe I just haven't turned in the handle. Okay, never seen this reel in person. I've seen a lot of pictures of it. Ready? Here we go. This is their biggest, baddest, not released, never before seen flagship saltwater reel. There it is. That's pretty decent. You know, for a 6,000 size reel, this is kind of small. My Penn Fierce 2 6,000 is a little bigger than this. I have a BG 60 that's a tad bigger than this. I know for a fact the BG 6000, the new BG, is like way bigger than this, but it feels pretty tight. You know, something's rattling. All right, something's definitely like rattling here. I think, yeah, this is super loose. So I don't know. Okay, counter screwed in. Okay, so some things out of the factory have to be tightened in, right? Okay. All right, that's a little better. Okay, nice. So they've got a direct screw to the main gear handle. No pass through here. All alloy body here. All right, 6.2 to 1 gear ratio. That's pretty good. The fastest reel they had, I think, was a 5.2 to 1. I don't know. I'm not all about slow reels. 5.7 to 1 is actually kind of like as slow as I'll go. Nice big line capacity. Let's see, Spartan 6000. What's the line capacity here? 270 yards of 45-pound braid. Okay, that's pretty good. It's got a rubber ring here. Again, I'm not paid by Piscifun. I'm not sponsored by them. I have no plans on being on anyone's team. But you know, if anyone wants to send me a reel, if any of my subs makes a reel that's like, you know, halfway decent, sends it to me, I'll review it. I kind of just like playing with gear and kind of letting people know what's out there. So this is not an endorsement for Piscifun by any means. I just, like I mentioned, like playing with gear. Okay, so the thing about these manufacturers, they have like huge drag. Wow. Okay, so 44 pounds. So I think I saw a picture for like the 4,000 and they advertised 35 pounds of drag. This is 44 pounds of drag. Is that drag like, predictable? Is it usable? I don't know. 45 pounds. That's like, I don't know. That's a lot. That's overkill. In some of my reviews, I've mentioned that these e-branded manufacturers, what they do is they go crazy high on the drag ratings, and I think they do that to kind of grab your eye and say, hey, look at me, we have tons of drag. Is the drag usable? And Penn and Daiwa, they come in at what I would consider more usable amounts of drag. So 44 pounds of drag. I mean, if you have a fish that's gonna be pulling 44 pounds of drag, I mean, that's like a 300-pound fish, right? I know. Are you gonna, want this in your hands with a 300-pound fish, or any fish that can really, pull 44 pounds of drag? That's a lot of drag. I mean, can you imagine 44 pounds of line kind of, on this like line roller? I don't know. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think this is a mock-up. I don't think this one is ready for distribution. I think this is just them saying, hey, take a look at our demo. Take a look at our sample here. Wow. So the rotor right here is like, the skirt here is like super thin. It's solid, but it's almost like really sharp. Like I'm running my hands through it, and I don't know if your hand or knuckle or if any line kind of slips by here, it's gonna get cut. I don't know. The CNCing isn't like, it's pretty clean, but I don't know. It's really sharp here. That's surprising. Yeah. I don't know. Leave a comment below if you think it's decent, if you think things need to be improved, if you think it's trash. The guy behind the Piscifun marketing team, I think his name is James. He reads all of your comments and he lets me know what he thinks about what people have said. Okay, so check this out. As I spin it, I don't know, dude. Look at that. Look at the off-axis tilt on the spool. Is that weird? Is it broken? What's going on here? I don't know. My lighting's like terrible. Yeah, that's weird. The spool is tight. I mean, maybe they got bent in shipping? I don't know. Can you guys see that? You see how the spool's kind of off kilter? Yeah. I don't know, dude. It's doing kind of like a Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal lean. I don't know. It's kind of, yeah, I don't know about that. I might have to send this one back for another sample. Yeah. Kind of bends to the right like me. All right. So it's Piscifun Spartan 6000. I think there's definitely some QA controls that have to be met here before you send them out for distribution. If this is a sample just for pictures or whatever for evaluation, get your main shaft centered properly. Make sure you guys send me a spool that isn't off kilter like that. I don't know. Not a good first impression. Body is let's see. I'm looking at the body seams here. Body's body's pretty clean. I know the Stone ST40, the body had a little overmolding in some areas. So overmolding is where they take the alloy and they put them into the molds and they don't pull them out with like clean edging. So the tolerances and the gaps are going to be kind of like uneven and bumpy. But definitely looks like, the molding for the body pieces actually looks pretty decent. The handle, let me see. Yeah, the handle's pretty even. Again, the knob kind of came loose. I had to kind of quickly hand tighten it. You can kind of see me spinning the cap here. But dude, I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with that spool. It must be the main. There it is. That main drive shaft, or that center kind of, yeah, that center shaft right there is off kilter. I don't know what's going on. All right, Piscifun. Send me a new one or back to the drawing board, I guess. I don't know. All right, so that's the Piscifun 6000. Personally, more importantly, this is the Daiwa 2500. What's the model on this? D-XH, the high-speed version. Really stoked about this reel. 24 pounds of drag or 22 pounds of drag, something like that, for a tiny little thing. Again, only 7 ounces. I mean, this thing is like nothing. This is the 4000 Penn Clash, my main plugging reel that I put on my 9-foot battalion. And for its size and the fact that it's a metal pen, it's pretty light, super light. So this is about as light as I've been getting with reels for the surf. That Penn Fierce 2 is 3000 is much heavier or lighter than that Clash, but this thing is like kind of in its own kind of its own category. I mean, especially for $70, I don't think there's a reel that's going to be kind of comparable to a $70 reel. And I understand I got it in sale, but hey, that's what I paid and I paid for it brand new. So really stoked for this. So yeah. Okay, again, not an endorsement for either one. Look forward to putting some time into this reel, and then I'll do a review. I'm actually going to talk to James and say, dude, I did the unboxing. I did the live unboxing like I said it was, so I was going to get, first impression live, and not acceptable. I mean, no, I don't care who you are. If you send out a reel with a spool that's like all janked up like that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to watch this, but here's your opportunity to go back to the drawing board and send me something pretty decent. If you decide to send me anything at all, I might have just burned a bridge, but oh well, I'm not signed up. You know what I mean? I do what I do whatever interests me. So, all right, thanks guys, really appreciate it. I see a lot of the comments flying through. Try not to address them too much because other people are gonna watch this later and be like, "Who the hell are you talking to?" Right? So, all right, guys, have a good night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Working on my next actual fishing vid. Did a lot of surf perching and caught some cool stuff and learned a lot. So hopefully, when you watch it, you learn along with me. It's one of those videos where I don't really tell you what's going on. Somebody's telling me what's going on, and hopefully you take notes because the guy who's telling me what's going on is the guy. So I think you know who I'm talking about. If you follow me on Instagram, I might have mentioned him before as the Perch Whisperer. So yeah, that video is finally coming out. So see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.